Welcome to Awakening Heaven on Earth. Before we begin, take a moment to arrive. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to believe, and nowhere you need to go. Simply listen, contemplate, and notice what stirs and resonates within you. This is a shared space of reflection, presence, and remembrance. Now, let us begin. Welcome, fellow traveler. In this sacred space, we turn inward, not away from the world, but toward the truth that lives beneath every name, every role, and every story you have ever worn. Today we listen to the voices of the world's sacred traditions, not as separate paths, but as many windows opening to share the same light. Let us begin by settling the body. Gently inhale and slowly exhale. Feel the breath of the divine moving through you, as if life itself were reminding you that you are not apart from the divine source. We begin with a teaching from the Christian tradition, from the Gospel of Matthew. Chapter 25, verse 40 says, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Hear the voice of Christ within Jesus dissolves the boundary between self and other. The divine is not only above you or beyond you, but before you, beside you, and looking back at you through the eyes of your brothers and sisters. This is not a moral command alone. It is a revelation of identity. When you touch another life, you touch the living presence of God. When you turn away from another, you not only turn away from the living presence of God, you also turn away from a part of yourself. Let the following question rest gently within you. Who have I been meeting and experiencing without realizing I was actually meeting and experiencing the divine? Now we turn to the wisdom of the East. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 29 says, "The yogi sees the self in all beings, and all beings in the self." This is the language of sacred vision. Not seeing others outwardly with the physical eyes of the body, but seeing deeply inside others with the spiritual eye of the soul. The self you call me is no longer confined just to your body, your name, or your history. It becomes a shared source of being, a living presence and energy flowing through every person and form. To see the self in all beings is to step beyond isolation, beyond comparison, beyond separation. Quietly sit with the following question. Where have I been drawing the line and creating boundaries between myself and the world? Now we listen to the voice of Islam from the Quran. Chapter 49, verse 13 states, "We have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another." Perceived difference here is not a threat. It is an invitation. Diversity is not a fracture in the divine design. It is the way the divine source learns to recognize itself in many faces. To truly know and experience another is to come closer to knowing God. Let the following question rise within you. Who in my life is revealing a part of the divine I have not yet seen in myself or others? From the Buddhist tradition, the teaching of the Metta Sutta tells us, even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. This is the practice of limitless compassion. Love here is not selective or conditional. It is not earned. It is not restricted to those who are familiar, agreeable, or safe. This unconditional love flows outward, as naturally as breath flows from the lungs. Ponder the following question. What would it feel like to hold and love the entire world as gently as a mother holds her precious child? From the mystical stream of Kabbalah, the Sefer HaBahir, section 10 states, "There is nothing that is not filled with His presence." This is the sacred declaration of divine saturation. There is no empty space in creation or existence, no person or corner of life untouched by the divine source. Even your doubts, your wounds, and your moments of forgetting are held within the very presence of God. They often seem to deny. Let the following question settle gently. Where have I believed God was absent when God's presence was there all the time? Now we turn to a voice from early Christian mysticism, the Gospel of Thomas. Saying 3 says, "The kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you." This teaching dissolves the final boundary. The divine presence is not locked inside you, nor is it hidden somewhere beyond the stars. It is the source in which both you and the universe ascend. Let the following question settle within you. What if I have been living inside the very divine presence I have been searching for without? From the ancient Greek philosophical tradition, we hear the voice of Plato and the concept of the soul's participation in the universal good. The highest reality is not something you possess. It is something you partake in. You do not own truth. You live inside it. From the Hermetic tradition comes the principle of correspondence. As within, so without. As above, so below. The self you experience internally is mirrored in the outward structure of the universe itself. In other words, your internal thoughts actively create, and they work to form what you see as your outer reality. Now allow all these voices of wisdom to gather into a single knowing. The Christ in Jesus who speaks through compassion. The yogi who sees the self in all beings. The Quran that calls humanity to know one another. The Buddha who teaches boundless love. The mystic who declares divine presence everywhere. And the philosopher who points to a shared source of being. They are not contradicting one another. They are completing one another. Consider the following question. What if my true self is not a fragment in a broken world, but a living expression of an unbroken and universal whole? Gently return to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the presence within your chest, the quiet awareness behind your thoughts, the stillness that has been listening this entire time. This is not something you have discovered. This is something you have remembered. And as you rise from this moment, carry this knowing with you. Every face you meet is another face of the one divine source. Every breath you take is the breath of the infinite. Every step you walk is the universe, remembering itself as you. Rest here, beloved. You are not separate. You are not alone. You are not lost. You are the sacred meeting place of heaven and earth. As we come to a close, there is nothing you need to carry, nothing you need to remember, and nothing you need to make of what you've heard. Allow what has resonated to remain, and let the rest pass gently away. You are welcome to return whenever you feel drawn. Until then, may you walk in love, joy, peace, presence, and rest in unity. Thank you for listening.